There are cult games, and then there's the Konami oddity that plops the pharaoh himself onto your Windows XP desktop and dares to call it a full release. Yu-Gi-Oh! Power of Chaos. Yugi the Destiny is at once a glorified tutorial disc and a black hole time sink. Bizarro because it gives you exactly one opponent, Yugi Muto, Eternal Optimist and Serial Friendship Spewer. Yet classical because the cardboard fundamentals it teaches haven't changed in 2 decades. Underrated if you were a tween in 2003 desperately trying to decode tribute summons without shelling out for starter decks. This thing was holy writ. Overrated. Play 3 hours straight, pull Muka as your rare win reward, and watch Enthusiasm flop harder than a summoned skull in defense mode. Is it essential? For historians of digital dueling, absolutely. For anyone else, it's as skippable as a filler arc. Looking at you, Noah's virtual world. Why am I still booting it through compatibility mode? Simple. I crave that moment when Yugi leans in, whispers, "It's time to duel," and Windows immediately pops up a firewall warning like a stagehand dropping a spotlight. Rhetorical question, do I mute Yugi's voice after the 50th draw? Self-answer, I promise every time, then nostalgia sucker punches me. Historical context. By late 2003, Konami's Yu-Gi-Oh! Video game catalog looked like a hydra. Chop off 1 GBA cartridge and 2 more would sprout by Christmas. The anime's Battle City arc had detonated on Western television. Booster packs flew off hobby shop shelves faster than I could fleece lunch money, and every platform from PlayStation to WonderSwan was draped in Duel Monsters paraphernalia. Yet one conspicuous gap remained, a proper PC offering. Enter Power of Chaos, conceived as a 3-part miniseries, Yugi the Destiny first, Kaiba the Revenge second, Joey the Passion third, each shipping on a lonely CD-ROM and boasting card pools that could merge if you installed them in release order. Yugi's chapter launched in the United States on 21st November 2003 and reached most European territories just a week later on 28th November 2003, arriving with exactly 155 collectible cards lifted mostly from the earliest TCG boosters. Konami positioned it as the definitive computer tutorial, complete with voiced lessons that explained why you can't just normal summon Blue Eyes on turn 1, unless you're Kaiba and the writers need drama. I remember spotting it in the back corner of my local XP arcade, the PC half aisle usually reserved for Command and Conquer Elan marathons. The clerk had jammed the demo loop on a 17-inch CRT. Yugi's life points counter flashed, Celtic Guardian lunged with 4-frame animation, and a MIDI guitar squealed like someone strangling the Hyrule Temple theme. Onlookers, half Yu-Gi-Oh! Rookies, half bored Counter-Strike grunts, oscillated between "that's it" and "yo, you can finally duel on mouse and keyboard." I slapped down my weekend pizza money faster than a quick play spell, convinced this was the PC renaissance of my cardboard obsession. Spoiler, renaissance is generous. Think more along the lines of a spirited fan film with an official logo. Still, in an era when trading card simulators on computer amounted to janky Java applets, Yugi the Destiny felt like Kaiba Corp tech beamed straight into my beige tower. Mechanics? Booting the game today is a ritual in retro PC necromancy. Set compatibility to Windows 98, disable full screen optimizations, blow digital dust off your DirectX 8 install, then brace for an intro FMV where Dark Magician executes the same 3/ combo he did in every Konami commercial circa 2002. The main menu offers 2 choices, tutorial or duel, and that's it. No story campaign, no ladder, no multiplayer, just you and Yugi locked in an eternal Groundhog Day of Heart of the Cards platitudes. At first glance, it feels threadbare. Stick around and you notice the game's secret sauce is repetition as progression. Each victory gifts you 1 to 3 random cards, skewed toward commons so hilariously that prying Mirror Force from Yugi's virtual grip resembles grinding a JRPG for the 0.1% drop rate sword. Every loss greets you with Yugi's smug, "you did your best," the digital equivalent of a participation trophy dipped in glitter. But let's talk interface, where contemporaries like Magic, The Gathering Online hid behind layered windows and cryptic stack priority. Yugi the Destiny flaunted giant tactile card art and neon buttons the size of Millennium Puzzle pieces. Hover over Beaver Warrior and the mouse over zooms in with a satisfying card flip whoosh. Drag it to the field and an honest-to-raw holographic swirl materializes, complete with attack defense stats punching through the background like a PowerPoint transition on steroids. Combat steps automatically pause for triggers, traps, effect flips, prompting you with activate a card in a tone so polite it could host morning talk radio. The net result is a rules teacher that never lets you misplay. Try to magic cylinder your own monster, and the program politely refuses, though it won't stop you from attacking a 2000 DF giant soldier of stone with your poor 1200 ATK Celtic Guardian. Stupidity, unlike illegal moves, is fair game. Of course, all that gloss drapes over a dual loop as closed system as an IKEA display case. Yugi's AI runs a slightly souped up starter deck, Dark Magician, Summoned Skull, and just enough removal spells to keep you honest. Early matches devolve into top deck the bigger beater, because tribute summoning anything above 1 star in your Tarsier level deck feels like crowdfunding an indie film. The absurd element I promise to weave through this critique? Mystical Elf's background chant, a distant choir that loops whenever she's on field, cycling so abruptly that it sounds like someone toggling an on-off switch behind the speakers. Once you hear that hiccup, you can't unhear it. It becomes the duet partner to every duel, haunting and hilarious. By match 30, the moment I draw that smug blue-robed nun, I slam her in defense purely to hear the ghostly choir glitch and watch Yugi pretend nothing's weird. Rhetorical inquiry: did Konami accidentally loop a 0.7 second WAV instead of the intended 2-bar chorus? Self-answer: my headcanon says yes, and the QA team was too busy unlocking Pot of Greed to notice. Progression is Trojan horse addictive. Win streaks accelerate the card drip, letting you replace vanilla monsters with spicy effect staples. Man-eater bug, change of heart if RNG deigns. Yugi's deck also evolves, albeit modestly. By Duel 50, he's juggling Mirror Force and Monster Reborn, yet still collapses to a timely trap hole like the good Saturday morning punching bag he is. The chase for set completion kicks in around the 100 card mark when duplicates outnumber new pulls 3-1, turning each victory screen into a loot box suspense reel. Will the Golden Glow Herald Buster Blader or yet another winged dragon, Guardian of the Fortress #1? You pray, the glow fades. The Elf's Glitch Choir pipes up and you vow just one more match at 3 AM. It's Vegas psychology grafted onto cardboard. Compare this to earlier Yu-Gi-Oh! Handheld outings like Eternal Duelist Soul. The GBA game boasted a tournament ladder, password system, and dozens of AI duelists, yet the miniature screen made reading effect text a squint workout, and the AI sometimes forgot to tribute at all. Yugi the Destiny flips the script, one opponent, but sleek presentation, snappy tutorials, and 1024 by 768 card art sharp enough to double as MSN Messenger avatars. Don't act like you never did that. Outside the franchise bubble, the closest sibling might be Pokemon trading card game on Game Boy Color. One rival per club, steady booster drip, and that same intoxicating doctrine. Grind, upgrade, dunk on mentor. Yet unlike Pokemon's 8-badge climax, Power of Chaos ends when you decide the choir glitch has become your new alarm clock. Konami sprinkled a few extra sprinkles. You can export your deck as a text list, handy for bragging on early internet forums. You can toggle between English or Japanese card names. Blue Eyes meet Aoime no Ryu. And you can change dual backgrounds to one of several static anime vistas, including a Domino City skyline that might as well be a blurred PNG lifted from a VHS. But no online play, no LAN support, and absolutely no mercy from Yugi if you misclick set instead of attack. The game auto-confirms that error faster than Dark Magician can point dramatically. Legacy and Influence Metacritic filed Yugi the Destiny somewhere south of mixed, praising its clarity while bemoaning its skeletal feature list. Fans, however, folded it into an unofficial trilogy mindset. Alone, it's a skeleton, combined with Kaiba the Revenge, 311 additional cards, and Joey the Passion, another 245. It morphs into a proto-master set pushing 700 plus cards. Install all 3, enable cross-pool exchange, and suddenly your humble tutorial disc powers a semi-respectable PC dueling sandbox, still single player, still AI only, but with enough variety to host self-imposed themed tournaments. I ran a no-effect monsters above 4 stars league against myself because quarantine hobbies get weird. Influence outside the franchise is quieter yet tangible. You can trace the clear, oversized card viewer directly to Konami's later Tag Force PSP series, while the streamlined prompt system foreshadows Duel Link's mobile friendliness. Meanwhile, modders have turned Power of Chaos into a Frankenstein's TCG lab. Texture hacks swap Yugi's face for Kaiba's. INI edits inject every banned card through 2008. Community tools randomize booster rewards, effectively solving the dreaded duplicate spiral. In that sense, Yugi the Destiny became the PC blueprint for, can we trick Konami's proprietary scripting into obeying our fan sets? A prototype to the sprawling fan server scene now powering YGO Pro and 8.0 Pro. Why didn't it earn mainstream reverence? Partly timing. Late 2003 also birthed Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, Call of Duty, and Warcraft III, The Frozen Throne. A one-opponent TCG sim looked quaint beside AAA blockbusters. Partly marketing. Konami framed it as a beginner's tool, so seasoned duelists ignored it, while beginners bounced after learning the basics and discovering there was nothing to unlock beyond more copies of Mammoth Graveyard. Mostly though, it's the single opponent ceiling. Even Solitaire switches up the tableau. Yugi's AI, for all its cheery banter, is by Duel 120 a predictable script. The franchise's heart beats in rival variety. Weevil's stall tactics, Mai's harpy swarms, Kaiba's blue eyes flex, which Destiny deliberately withholds for the sequels. It's an appetizer that forgot to mention the entree costs another $40, yet I maintain it carved a niche as desktop dueling fidget toy. Streamers nowadays boot it for retro laughs. Speedrunners race to 100 unique cards. There's even a micro community documenting AI quirks. Pro tip, summon a monster with exactly 1400 ATK and Yugi's script gets decision paralysis 3 seconds longer. Its minimalist framework makes it the lightweight emulator dream. Runs windowed at 800 by 600 beside your Slack tab, perfect for sneaky lunch break duels. Modern complexity like Master Duel can feel like studying for a bar exam. Yugi the Destiny is a coloring book that still hands you a gold star. Closing paragraph plus score. So after 2 decades, infinite duplicate silver fangs, and 1 permanently burned in choir loop, where does Yu-Gi-Oh! Power of Chaos? Yugi the Destiny land on the cosmic tier list. It's both Relic and Rosetta Stone, a stripped down capsule of 2003 trading card fervor that teaches fundamentals with the patience of a kindergarten teacher, even if that teacher only knows 1 lesson plan and insists on playing the same motivational tape every morning. Fundamental? For PC duel history, yes. Underrated? Only by folks who never let Yugi's stock deck humiliatingly top deck Raigeki. Overrated? Absolutely by my nostalgic brain each time I convince myself the next reward will be Dark Magician Girl. In pure, brutally honest math, it earns 6.5 out of 10, mediocre as a standalone game, quietly pivotal as a stepping stone, and eternally endearing for giving us mystical elf's busted Gregorian chant glitch. Draw phase, standby phase, main phase, coffee break, my deck, my rules.